How's it? Today is Friday, March 10th. It is Big Friday, and whew, today was probably the worst day I've had on a Friday in who knows how long. Probably like 4 months, a minimum 4 months, maybe longer than that. I was supposed to go up 3 kilos for jerks today, so last week was 130, which I made all three, no fails. And then I was supposed to go to 133 today. I made one and I failed it 3 times. Additionally, I failed a warm up at 130 today, which I was, I wasn't expecting to miss, but I'm not surprised I missed that. I, so today I actually was at the gym extremely early. I was at the gym probably like 6:20, 6:20ish in the morning, and I didn't sleep a lot last night. I probably slept earlier than I slept the entire week, which is still like 12:30 ish. But I ended up sleeping very little. I woke up at like 5 something, 8 something, and then just got ready to go to the gym. So I was not expecting to perform very well, but I was not expecting to perform as poorly as I did. I, talking about snatches, I failed 100. Well, I failed it really twice. I kind of had a third attempt, but I wouldn't really call that an attempt. And so I was supposed to increase from 100 today. So last week I did 100 twice. I think I failed it twice as well. But I was able to make the lift last week. So today's goal was to increase to 102, maybe 103, depending. And I just didn't show up. I think positionally, off of the ground, I was experiencing a lot of issues. And then like I didn't feel like I was strong enough to just run through it. This is 130 here. This is the miss at 130. And you know, I I was just like, wow. When that happened, I was like, wow. I was not expecting to fail, at least even at the warm up. 133, I might have been like, okay, that's gonna be a little bit of a challenge, but that's what happened, and then I make this one here. It just feels really off, like all over the place. Here is first 133, so I fail it twice. I make a third attempt, and then I try a fourth one just because, I'm already here, and like I'm supposed to do 3 singles. It is what it is. So they're all closer than that 130 miss was, but it's just not. It's not there. Like as far as movement goes, I want to say that my dip is a little bit slower than I would like it to be, but like everything else is like okay, but I end up missing, right? So it's just not a good feeling overall. This is the one that I do make, and I'm just like really disappointed in the way that I executed today. Execution was just off, and yeah, that jerk was okay. Look at that. You look at the other two and you're like, why did I miss those other two? Whatever. This fourth one here, I tried to get under the bar quicker, and you see what happens. I end up leaning forward a little bit more, and then when that kind of happens, it gets like, yeah, I'm a little bit too far under it, which is like whatever again. But yeah, going back to my snatches, talking about how I missed 100, right? I also missed 90 as a warm up. And I just didn't feel like I was strong anywhere on the movements. I was trying my best to have more like leg engagement, like leg extension rather than pulling with my arms, but I don't know, there were some lifts that were just not snappy enough. Timing was just off and I was just not happy. I think I got it in my head that like right around like 60, 70-ish, I was just like, okay, like this is gonna be a struggle. Um, Even my wrists were giving me a little bit of issues, right? You'll see in some of these when I put the bar down, it's like it's hurting my wrist. Like my left hand is kind of a little bit pained, and then my right wrist is giving me a little bit of issues overhead. And I don't think that's usually too much of an issue, but today it just felt like it was one of the many things that led me to fail a lot. And I was trying my best to be mentally like strong. Right here, this is right here, that right there. That was me kind of feeling my wrist. I was trying my best to be mentally strong and kind of be the lifter that I know I am, but I just couldn't perform today. Um, One thing that I do want to look at more is my start position. It feels like I'm a little bit behind the bar sometimes. So on this 90, watch this. It looks like I'm a little bit behind at the start. I mean, like, those margins are so small. But even on this one here, let's watch this. Yeah, it just doesn't feel like I'm, sorry. It doesn't feel like I'm lifting the way that I normally do. This 95 is the last lift I make for snatches. I'm trying my best to just do what Steve was saying, right? Just pull less, like less arm focused, but I am unable to stay tight when I'm thinking about it like that. And then try to extend with my lower back from the ground and keep that positioning. It doesn't work. Yeah, fail, fail. And then I'm just starting to get frustrated. And then here, positioning off the ground was good, but I just didn't feel like I was strong enough to snatch it, so I just gave up there. And then I moved on to my cleans here. So cleans are 3 kilos higher than last week. Last week I did that like really extended long set of 120, and today is just 123, 124-ish. But I don't know, man. My cleans even felt really weird. 100 felt okay, but all the other ones after that, so I went 120 and then 123. I probably should have taken a 110, but it's whatever. Let's look at this here. Yeah, you see that, like, that disconnect of timing between extension and catch is what is frustrating me today. Like, I have plenty of height. I have positioning, like, I'm okay, and like I'm just forced to like re-grip and catch the bar like that, and that is just not something that I'm like I want to be practicing, because it does hurt my upper back at some point. It does happen on this third set here. One thing that I was also looking at was like my start position on this. I feel like my hips should be a little bit higher because my lower back dips into flexion as I pick up off the ground. That one hurt my back. Uh-oh. Yeah, so if my lower back's kind of flexed off of the ground, then like overcoming that level of flexion to get to extension is gonna be disadvantageous at some point. And I don't know if that's how I normally look. I feel like that is not how I normally look off of the ground, but I could be wrong, and I'm just feeling really, really weird today. Like everything was just all bad. Um, I did make the cleans, and I would have had a catastrophic meltdown if I missed those cleans. So I'm pretty okay with that. But all in all, man, today sucked. And I don't know. We'll see what happens moving forward. See if I can bounce back and be a better lifter overall. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Today's been rough. Um, but yeah, again, it's all for today. Thank you for watching. Shoots.